Good evening to you all, and you are welcome to the first Wikipedia training of On-Wiki skill mentorship organized by the Africa Wiki Women. So my name is Moib Shefiu, and I'm going to be taking you through the journey of Wikipedia and notability guidelines. So the contents, what we are going to be learning today, we are going to be learning about what Wikipedia is and what it is not. I'm going to be introducing you to the notability guidelines that we have on Wikipedia. And if time permits, we are going to be talking about common mistakes by newbies. So at the end of the training, the participant will be able to, one, understand the concept of Wikipedia. They'll be able to differentiate among general notability guidelines and specific notability guidelines, and they'll be able to identify non-notable articles. And the last one, we are going to be talking about the common mistakes that newbies do and how they can avoid them. So now, what is Wikipedia? You need to know that Wikipedia is free, and it is an online encyclopedia, and anyone can edit it. I think this is what you have been hearing for a very long time. When you take your time to break it down into pieces, you will see that when we say free, it means anybody can edit it, and you are not allowed to pay before you edit or to pay for you to read it. The other aspect of Wikipedia is that Wikipedia is based on verified documents. And those documents have to be neutral. And those documents, apart from being verifiable, apart from the neutrality, they also need to rely on reliable information. That is, they are not expecting any Wikipedia page to be biased. And they're not expecting any Wikipedia page not to be with reliable information. So Wikipedia is also based on verifiable, neutral, and mostly reliable sources. And another thing you need to know about Wikipedia is that it's a collaborative project, and it is maintained by volunteers across the world. You cannot say you create an article on Wikipedia and the article belongs to you. Nobody should edit it, no. So anything you create belongs to the community, and the community can edit it. The community can add picture to it. And if the community deem it fit that the article that you have created is not notable, they will take it to a consensus, and the community can decide to delete that article. So you cannot say that, okay, because I've created this article, why are you people trying to delete it? Or why are you people trying to improve it? Or why are you people adding pictures to it? No, it does not belong to you. It belongs to the community because it's a collaborative project. And also you need to understand, many people used to make mistake of Wikipedia and Wikimedia. Wikipedia is one of the projects of the Wikimedia Foundation. Wikipedia, Wikidata, Wikicommon, Wikisource, Wikicode, and so on are all under the Wikimedia Foundation. So Wikipedia is also part of the Wikimedia Foundation, just like the other sisters project. So you can decide to call yourself Wikipedian or you call yourself Wikimedian. Now, what Wikipedia is not. Wikipedia is not a place where you can put your personal page, or you can put your personal essays, or maybe you have experienced one thing or the other, one discomfort or the other, or maybe you are grieving or you are happy. It's not a place where you pour out your emotions. Can you hear me very well? Am I still on this call?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much. So it's not a place where you pour out your emotions. If you have a blog, you can decide to go there and write about your experience, your emotions, things that have happened to you. But on Wikipedia, you can't do that. And one of the reasons why you can't do that is because it belongs to the community and your personal experience or essay or view does not count. So Wikipedia is not a blog or a personal page. Also, Wikipedia is not a social media platform where you promote yourself. It's not a LinkedIn where you show your power, your might, what you have done. No. So that means you can't write an article for yourself, showcasing yourself. No. You can't promote a particular narrative on Wikipedia. You can't do that. So it's not a social media platform where you are to post content about things that can elevate your status. Do you get it now? So it's not a social media platform. It's not a news site where you can go there and read breaking news. You can't go to Wikipedia and read breaking news. So it's only featured some news that are very important, but not if any person died today. If something happened today, when you go to Wikipedia, you might not see it today on Wikipedia. Maybe after 2 to 3 days before you see it on the featured page about that particular thing. So it's not a news platform that you see breaking news, shocking news. Do you get it now? So it's not a news platform. So you can't just start to create every news aspect, every news article on Wikipedia. That's vandalism. And also on Wikipedia, you cannot advertise. Now, when you go to website, you see anytime you see a I will tell you, find it, look at this. So this tell you that Wikipedia is not a place for advertisement. So you cannot be marketing or promoting any content. It is totally disallowed on Wikipedia. And another thing you need to understand is Wikipedia is not a dictionary. You cannot say you want to start creating each and every word that you see in dictionary, you want to start creating it on Wikipedia. That's also vandalism. So if you want to create a new word, or if you are, just go to Wiktionary. There are some words in dictionary, when you browse them on Wikipedia, you might not even see them on Wikipedia because Wikipedia does not account for all the words in the dictionary. So if you want to create all the words in the dictionary, then you need to move down to Wiktionary so that you can be creating words. So Wikipedia is not a dictionary. Now, this will tell you what Wikipedia is and what Wikipedia is not. So this one will guide you anytime you wanted to contribute on Wikipedia. When you are going out of the line of what Wikipedia is, you need to call yourself back that this is not what Wikipedia is. For instance, when you see a popular news about someone and you decide to create an article about that particular news, you need to understand that Wikipedia is not a news platform where you can create news topics. So that is that about that. Then we are going to move into the next one, which has to do with notability. When we say notability, it simply means that whether a topic meets the guideline or the criteria for having its own page on Wikipedia. Any article that you see on Wikipedia that stands on Wikipedia, that means that article has passed through the notability test. Notability means that can you create an article for this particular person, object, or an entity? So if the answer is yes, you can create it, then that article has passed the notability test. But if the answer is no, you can't create it, that means that article is not notable. I hope we get that right. What it means by notability and what it means by non-notable articles. So, before any subject passes reputable newspaper, journal, and other verifiable publications before you can say that this particular subject is notable. Now, there are two types of notability. We have the general notability guideline, and also we have the specific notability guideline. It means the subject has been a discussion of significant coverages that are independent and coverages that comes from reliable sources. And it's different newspaper, different journals, different publications neutral. Simple example. Who's calling this meeting? Let me use an example. If today Andikan becomes minister, what do you think will happen? Andikan, when you become a minister today, what do you think will happen to your profile? Are you still there?
Yes, sir. What did you say?
When you become a minister today, what do you think will happen to your profile on the internet? What will happen to your name?
Updated. It will be updated with the information that is
Yes.
available as a minister.
Yeah. Many news media will carry it. And many news media will go deep to see where did you school, what did you study, where you are living currently, and other vital information. They will go as far as looking to your documents, primary, secondary school, and everything to make sure that they publish accurate and verified information about you, because you have become a minister, which is a public figure in the society. So those news that have been published by different newspaper journals, house dailies, anywhere and everywhere, we call it deeply in a reliable source. When you become a minister, you don't have to pay any news media to write about you.
Mr. Moib, your line is
Hello,
breaking.
can you hear me?
I can hear you now. You're breaking.
Yeah, it logged me out and logged me back. So So let me share the screen again.
Okay.
Okay, so let me just start from the general notability guideline again. I said the general notability guideline means that the subject has been covered in significant coverages, independent and reliable sources. So when you do something unique and the news media, publication houses are fighting to cover your news, are fighting to write deep about you, that's what is called general notability guideline. I use an example now. If Anglican wants to publish anything now in any of the major newspaper, she would have to buy space and pay nothing less than 200,000 naira plus. But when she becomes a minister, she did not have to pay. They will even be the one fighting to have an interview with her, even the one digging deep to know much about her. So that's what is called general notability guideline. When you have coverages in newspaper, news media that are significant, that is, they talk more about you. They give a detailed information about you. With the fact that as a layman, I don't need to research anything again before knowing much about you. So that is general notability guideline. So this one is under SIR. That is, the information has to be significant. The information has to come from independent sources, and the information has to be reliable. And the second one is what is called, I've explained this one. The second one is what is, okay, let me just go back again and explain it. Okay, so significant coverage means that they are talking deep about you, not just past mentioning, not just that they are talking about somebody else and they mention your name. For instance, if they are talking about me now and they just mention, okay, by his side, we have Andikan, and they continue to talk about me again. So that one is not significant because the subject of the subject of the attention there is not Andikan, it is me. So that is significant. Reliable sources means it is coming from daily newspapers. All over the world, there are newspapers that are regarded as reliable. When you go to the US now, you're talking about BBC, you're talking about Voice of America. When you go to the UK, UK, they're the owner of BBC, while US, they have CNN or Voice of America. When you go to the Arabic world, you're talking about Al Jazeera. When you go to the Chinese world, you'll be talking about CGTN. When you come down to the African world, you'll be talking about BBC Africa or BBC Yoruba, BBC Hausa, BBC Pidgin. You'll be talking about Punch. You'll be talking about Ghana News. So these are reliable news media. So, but when you are talking about other news media that are not reliable, are going to be all those blog posts that people, gossip posts that people used to do, social media links, and so on. And the last one, which is independent, it means that the information is coming from a place that the subject do not have any capacity to change or to add his or her opinion to the information. For instance, if they are publishing anything about me, I didn't know the person. I just wake up this morning and I see that they have published something about me. But when you see that the publisher is also the subject of the discussion, that one is not independent. Or if this publisher collected money from the subject to publish something about him, they are not going to be objective, they are going to be subjective. Now, let us do a kind of brain check here. Which one of these do you think we can write article for on Wikipedia? A, number one, is a viral TikToker with no independent media coverage. B, a local musician featured in major newspapers and music magazines. C, a company with only self-published reports and a website. Yes, who wants to answer that question? Which one do you think we can create article for here? Yes? Who wants to answer that question? Well, I should start calling in. There's no wrong or right question. When you take the question, you are going to explain it, and you'll be able to see. I think we have, okay, somebody in the chat. Let's check. Someone said B, African Wikipedia said B. But I need an answer from the two participants that we have here. Let me see if they are also, we have Valentine, and we have PC. Now we have three, Dawa, Edina, Hillary. So we have three people now. Okay, so, yes? Valentine, are you there? Okay, so the correct answer has been answered already, which is B. Local musician featured in major newspaper and music magazines. Okay, so then we have the other type of notability guideline is what is called the specific notability guideline. So apart from the general one, this one provides an extra criteria for notability. That is, there are some people that if they meet the criteria of the specific notability guideline, so you don't have, you only need one or two sources that meet the general notability guideline, and you are good to go. This is just an other option for an article to be on Wikipedia. When the general notability guideline and the specific notability guideline is met, that person automatically qualifies for a Wikipedia article. So specific means you need to look at some specific attributes of a particular subject. If you have any one of those attributes, then you are good to go. So what are those attributes? Let us start. So when we say specific, it doesn't apply to everybody. It applies to a specific category of people. Now, for the academics and the scientists, if you have they have 8 criteria, but I brought out the most common 4 here. When you go and read about it, they have 8 criteria. If they can meet any of those 8 criteria, then you can create an article for them. The first one is that they should have made a significant impact when it comes to researches. When it comes to research, they should have a significant impact. When you have a professor that have significant impact, that is, he or she has achieved 8 index above 20. That means that a lot of people are citing him, and he has made a huge, significant impact when it comes to research. When you have a professor like this, you can create an article for him. If a professor or an academician has received a major award, When we talk about major award, we are talking about notable award. Let me give you a case study. We have award like the Nobel laureate. If someone wins Nobel laureate, that person is qualified to be on Wikipedia. If someone wins the highest award in a particular profession, that person too has qualified to be on Wikipedia. There are also other awards that are notable that if they win them, like there's this for writers, there's this popular award, is it Kane Prize for Literature, all those popular and notable awards. So when an academician or a scientist wins those awards, they have become notable. And also, when you have the highest person in a tertiary institution, which is mostly the vice chancellor of any school, the vice chancellor of any university, the vice chancellor of any university is notable to be on the English Wikipedia. After that, when a professor belongs to a distinguished environment, a distinguished society, then that professor can be on the English Wikipedia. When we're talking about membership such as the African Academy of Sciences, we're talking about the World Academy of Sciences, the Royal Society of Physicians in London, the Royal Society of Chemists in London. All these are membership that even with your money, they cannot admit you. They can only elect you when they have seen that you have made a giant stride in your various disciplines. So this kind of award can make a subject to be notable on the English Wikipedia. Books. If you are writing about books and you wanted to write the books on the English Wikipedia, you have to make sure that the book have a lot of reliable information when it comes to review. Many people have reviewed the books, or the book has won major awards, or the book has achieved significant sales. There are some books that it is their sales that make them to be notable. For instance, the book with the highest sales in the world must information will be published about it. The book with the highest sales in Africa will be notable because a lot of people will have published about the sale. So when you are writing about a book, you need to look at three things: the reliable sources that people use to review them, the awards that you have won, and the significant sales that they have. So when you have any of this one, then you can create an article for books like that. Then you have, if you are to write about company or organization, the company must have been a subject of independent, reliable sources. That is, then you cannot carry this information to write article for the organization. You cannot use the personal one or to create an article for them. Then you need to make, because I need to,
Mr. Moip, are you there? We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. I can hear you now. Don't know for others.
Okay, sorry. I think it's the network. So, when we talk about musician and bands, you have to be very careful because this category of people, they are always looking for a way to be on Wikipedia, and they used to pay a lot of people money to write for them. So that is why if you are writing article about them, if you are reviewing article about them, we used to review the article with extra or additional care. So for you to write an article about a musician, the person must have either a national or international recognition. When we say a national recognition, it means that the person has been on their national chart. You know, there's a billboard for musicians. So the person must have at least what the song of the person must have climbed to at least 1 to 100 of the billboard. Or if there is any national chart in their country, then the song must have been rated by that national chart. Or if the person has won a major award, like this award, which award for musicians? I think there's a popular award for musicians. We have the BET award. We have the this popular award. There's this one popular award for musician, the Grammy Award. Yes, the Grammy Awards. So if any artist win this award, then the artist is notable. The Grammy Award, the BET Award, and so on. Or if the music of the person is ranked on Billboard Top 100, that means the person is doing something great. And if this person too has not won any award, but has been nominated for different notable awards. For instance, 2011, the person was nominated for Grammy, 20 nominated for Grammy, 2013 Grammy, 14 for Grammy. That means the person is doing something and so the award is multiple nomination. So that multiple nomination can also make the person to be notable. Then the next one that you need to also take note of is politicians. When you have politicians, for them to be notable, they would have to be elected into a particular office, or they are part of the major executive arm of the governance, or they are also parliamentarians. I mentioned three things. They can be notable through election if they have been elected into any of the political office, either president, governor, and so on. Or also, if you have someone that's part of the major executive arm of the country or of the state, for instance, the ministers, the commissioners, so these are the major executive arm. So, or the person has received a widespread media attention. Here, you have to be very careful here. There are a lot of people that used to call themselves politicians, and they are not politicians. For instance, SA to the governor, SSA to the governor, they are not politicians and they are not notable on the English Wikipedia. Wikipedia does not recognize special advisor or senior special advisor to the governor on graveyards, or senior special to the governor on market issues, or anyone. So they are not being recognized. So they need to have an elected candidate or a parliamentarian, or they have received widespread media attention. So example of someone that is notable is a member of a parliament or a governor. So they are all notable. So if you have to write about athletes person, so you also have to be very careful here So before someone can be on Wikipedia and the person is an athlete, one, the person must have competed at a professional, national, or international level. There are a lot of amateur athletes or amateur players. So amateur players are not recognized on the English Wikipedia. You have to have attained the level of professionalism. For instance, when you play, if a player play in a World Cup or regional cup, like the African Cup of Nations or the Euro or the Intercontinental Cup, like the Atlanta. So all these cups, all this can make the player to be notable. That's the first one. When it comes to the club side, if a player is currently playing at the highest league of a particular country, the highest league of a particular country, then the player is notable. This is to tell you that in Nigeria now, all the players playing for Nigeria Professional Football League, all of them are notable. But the main reason why you are not seeing them on English Wikipedia is that they do not have coverages online. If they can have 2 or more independent coverages online, they are good to go. They are good to be on the English Wikipedia. But most of them are not being followed by media. So that is that. Their own is very simple. They just have to have attained that professionalism. Then you can create an article for them. So they can either they are featured in a World Cup, Nations Cup, Euro, Intercontinental Cup, or they are currently playing in the highest league of a particular country. The highest league of the US is the MLS. The highest league of the UK is the Premier League. The highest league of Nigeria is the Nigerian Professional Football League. I think we get it. The highest league of Saudi Arabia is PSL, and so on. So the highest league of South Africa, they have their own too. I don't know how they call it. So each country has their own highest league. So if they are currently plying their trade in any of those leagues, then they are good to go. So any biography that you wanted to create, you must make sure that the person have significant coverages in different reliable and independent newspaper. When we say reliable, it means it is coming from national dailies. When we say independent newspaper, it means that it is coming from the newspaper without the influence of the person involved. So they will talk about it, they will publish the story without influence of that person. And another thing is, if you want to create article for anybody, you can create it based on award. If the person has received the highest award in a particular country, for instance, in Nigeria, we have the OFR award, we have the OON award. I think in other parts of the country too, they have their own award. So I don't know, is there anybody that's from another country here that can tell us the kind of award they have in their country? In Nigeria now, the president can give you Order of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, or they can give you Order of Niger. So, and I know pretty sure that there are other awards in other part of the world. In Cameroon now they have, I think, the Lion of something like that. So in England they have the British award like that. So if any person you want to create an article for has received this kind of award, then you can use it to create article for the person. The last one is puff and promotional pieces do not count towards DMG. That is, you cannot just go and look for promotional sources and be using them to write article. They will not accept it because Wikipedia is not for promotion, it's not for advertisement. So you are looking for a source that is neutral as possible, that balance everything. So it is the particular source that you can use for article. So I think we have finished the slides, and we talk about the general and specific notability guideline. And I've talked about everything that you need to know when it comes to notability, when it comes to you creating an article for anybody, when it comes to you suggesting an article to be created. And I also talk about what Wikipedia is and what Wikipedia is not. So if you have questions here, I'm going to be taking them. So thank you. So if you have questions here, please, you can.
Thank you so much, Mr. Moib. If you have any question, you can write it on the chat or you can raise your hand and use the mic.
Or if there's something you do not understand from what I've said, or there's something bothering you about Wikipedia itself, I think this is the right time for you to ask that question. Because in our next training, we are going to be starting with a 15 multiple choice questions that is going to be attended by the participants. So, and it is mostly going to be from what we have discussed here, and it's also going to form the part of the assessment of my own personal assessment. And for the people that do not join, I believe that we are going to be taking measures because we want people to join. That's why the group was opened. And the people that are joined, that do not join, I think we are going to discuss about that one later. So, but if you have any questions here about Wikipedia or anything you are confused about, I can easily answer your question. So the floor is yours now.
I think I'll start calling names. Edina, Hillary, Benny. Can you unmute and speak?
Hello, everyone. Hope you are fine. I don't have a question.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you as well. I joined a bit late, like 30 minutes after the first topic, so I did not get some of the topics that you started with, but the one I got in between, they're all well.
Okay, thank you. You need to watch the recording. It will be shared soon on the group.
It's okay.
Okay.
All
Thank you
right.
everyone for joining this call. Thank you, our trainer, Mr. Moib. So from this, I think we'll be taking a screen record. We'll take a screenshot, I mean. You can turn on your camera. Let's do that. Mr. Moib, can you help me take a screenshot, please? Thank you.
I'm going to be doing that now.